Most slot machines are never truly random, and the casino has been counting on you not knowing that. Have you ever noticed this happening to you? Comment yes or no before we continue. What you are about to hear comes from internal casino documentation, software engineers who design these systems, and behavioral psychologists who build the experience. This is not speculation. This is not conspiracy theory. This is the documented architecture of how modern slot machines actually function. And for decades, casinos have relied on one simple fact, that you would never look this closely. For years, players believed slot machines operated on pure chance. You pull the lever, the reels spin, symbols align. You win or you lose. Simple, random, fair. But that belief is the foundation of a system designed to extract maximum value from human behavior. The casino does not rely on luck. It relies on mathematics. It relies on psychology. And more importantly, it relies on you fundamentally misunderstanding how the machine actually works. Let me show you what is really happening inside that machine. When you press that button, the machine has already decided your outcome. Not when the reels stop spinning, not when the symbols finally align on the screen. The exact moment your finger touches that button, a random number generator buried deep in the machine's microprocessor selects a number from millions of possible combinations. That number corresponds to a specific reel position, a specific outcome, win or lose. The spinning reels you see in front of you are purely visual. They are theater, a performance designed to create tension and anticipation, but the decision was made in a fraction of a millisecond before those reels even began to move. This is the first layer of the system, the illusion of control. You think you are playing a game of chance. You think your timing matters. You think if you press the button at exactly the right moment, you might influence the outcome. You cannot. You are watching a predetermined result unfold in slow motion. The lights, the sounds, the spinning symbols, all of it is choreographed to make you believe your action mattered. It did not. The machine made its decision before you even finished pressing the button. Now let me tell you about something called return to player percentage, RTP. Walk into any casino and you will see machines advertising 92% RTP, 95% RTP. Some even claim 98%. Sounds generous, sounds fair. But here is the part they never explain in clear language. That percentage is calculated over millions of spins, not your session, not your Friday night, not your entire year of playing, millions of spins across thousands of different players over extended periods of time. You could sit at a machine with a 96% RTP and lose every single spin for 3 straight hours. You could lose 10 sessions in a row, 20 sessions. The mathematics do not care about fairness in your individual experience. They care about statistical certainty across massive aggregate volume. The house always wins because the house is playing an infinite game. You are playing a finite one. And the house edge, that small percentage the casino keeps, compounds with every single spin. Over time, the math is absolute, unbreakable, guaranteed. But here is where the system gets truly dark. Slot machines are deliberately programmed with something called the near-miss effect. Let me describe what this looks like. You are sitting at a machine, you press the button. The reels start spinning. First reel stops, jackpot symbol. Your heart rate increases. Second reel stops. Another jackpot symbol. Adrenaline spikes. Third reel is spinning, slowing down. The jackpot symbol passes the pay line. It stops one position above or one position below. You were one symbol away from winning $5,000. So close, almost there. But you were never close. That near miss was engineered into the software. The random number generator had already determined you would lose before the reels started spinning, but the machine's software intentionally positioned that third symbol within visual range to create the psychological experience of almost winning. Your brain interprets physical proximity as meaningful progress. The machine understands this vulnerability, and it exploits it deliberately. Studies show that near misses activate the same reward centers in your brain as actual wins. Your neurochemistry cannot distinguish between almost winning and actually winning. Both trigger dopamine release. Both create the desire to play again. The machine is not showing you random outcomes. It is feeding you carefully designed psychological triggers. This is not gambling. This is behavioral engineering at the hardware level. Which of these have you personally experienced? Did you ever think you were one symbol away? Type the number of the point that shocked you the most. Pause. Now let me explain why you keep playing even when you know you are losing money. Slot machines operate on what behavioral psychologists call a variable ratio reinforcement schedule. This is the most powerful form of psychological conditioning ever discovered. More powerful than consistent rewards, more powerful than predictable patterns. Variable ratio reinforcement is what makes slot machines more addictive than almost any other form of gambling. Here is how it works. You never know when the next win is coming. It could be the next spin. It could be 50 spins from now. The unpredictability keeps your brain locked in a state of constant anticipation. This is the same mechanism that makes laboratory rats press a lever 10,000 times for randomly delivered food pellets. The same principle behind social media addiction. Checking your phone obsessively because you never know when the next notification will arrive. Your brain does not want certainty. Your brain wants surprise. And slot machines are mathematically optimized to deliver surprise at precisely calibrated intervals. Every time you win, even a small amount, your brain releases dopamine. But here is what most people do not understand. Your brain is not releasing dopamine because you made money. It releases dopamine because the outcome was unpredictable. Your neurochemistry does not react to profit. It reacts to uncertainty resolving into reward. And the machine has been engineered to exploit this biological vulnerability. Casinos also use something called losses disguised as wins. You bet $5, the real spin. You win $3. The machine explodes with light. Music blasts through the speakers. Digital coins pour across the screen. Sound effects mimic a massive jackpot. Every sensory system in your body registers this as victory, celebration, success. But you just lost $2. Your rational brain knows this, but your limbic system, the ancient emotional center of your brain, does not process mathematics. It processes stimulation. And the machine just flooded your senses with victory signals, so you feel like you won, even though you lost. This happens constantly on modern slot machines. Small wins that are actually losses, but the machine celebrates them like jackpots. Your brain gets the dopamine hit. You keep playing. Here is what casinos will never openly admit. The placement of every single machine on the casino floor is calculated. High-visibility machines near entrances, main walkways, and restaurant areas are often programmed with slightly higher payout rates. Not because the casino is being generous, because they need you to see other people winning. Social proof is one of the most powerful psychological triggers in human behavior. If you see someone hit a jackpot, your brain interprets that as validation, proof that winning is possible, evidence that you could be next. It is possible, but the probability is microscopic. You are watching the one winner out of 10,000 losers, but your brain does not calculate statistics in real time. It remembers the winner. It forgets the losses. And the casino uses this cognitive bias as architectural strategy. Now, here is the part that should genuinely concern you. Modern slot machines are engineered for speed. A single spin cycle completes in under 3 seconds. You can play 20 spins per minute, 1,200 spins per hour. At $5 per spin, you're cycling $6,000 through the machine every single hour. Most players never calculate this because the speed creates what researchers call the machine zone. The machine zone is a dissociative trance state. Time disappears. Monetary value becomes abstract. Physical awareness fades. You stop thinking about the money you are losing because your conscious mind has essentially disconnected from the activity. You are not making decisions anymore. You are in a flow state controlled entirely by the machine's rhythm. This is not an accidental side effect. This is the core design objective. The casino does not need you to lose big on one spin. It needs you to play fast. Volume is the weapon. Speed is the strategy. The house edge is small, but when compounded across 1,200 spins per hour, it becomes a mathematical certainty. And every design element of the machine supports this goal. No clocks on the casino floor, no windows, no natural light, nothing to anchor you to external time. The machine becomes your entire reality. Should I continue this series? Do you want part 2 where we expose the next layer of the system? Comment "system" if you are ready for the next revelation. Pause. Now let me be absolutely clear about something. I am not telling you this information so you can beat the machine. You cannot. The mathematics are immutable. The house edge is permanent. Every single spin is an independent event. There is no pattern. There is no hot machine. There is no cold machine. There is no timing strategy. There is no betting progression system that changes the underlying probability. What I am giving you is awareness, and awareness is the only tool that disrupts a system designed to operate below your level of conscious perception. When you understand that the machine decided your outcome before the reel stopped spinning, when you recognize near misses as manufactured psychological triggers rather than genuine close calls, when you see flashing lights and celebration sounds as dopamine manipulation rather than authentic victory, you stop playing blind. You stop operating on hope and belief. You start seeing the architecture. A slot machine is not a game. It is a profit extraction device, engineered by mathematicians, programmed by software developers, optimized by behavioral psychologists. Every element designed to maximize time on device and money cycled through the system. This is not a moral judgment. Casinos are legal businesses. They have every right to operate, but they depend entirely on you not understanding how the system actually functions. They depend on the mystery, the illusion, the hope, the belief that luck is a real force that might favor you. The moment you see the system clearly, the power dynamic shifts, not in your favor to win, but in your favor to make a fully informed choice. Because the only way to beat a slot machine is to not play. But this is only the surface level. The real system goes much deeper. Behind the scenes, casinos are running player tracking algorithms that monitor every single action you take. How long you play, how much you bet, how you react to wins and losses, what time of day you prefer, what denominations you choose. All of this data is collected, analyzed, and used to build psychological profiles. These profiles determine what offers you receive, what machines are recommended to you, even what music plays in your section of the floor. Modern casinos use the same behavioral targeting techniques as social media platforms. They are not guessing what keeps you playing, they know. Some casinos use facial recognition software to identify players the moment they walk through the door. The system knows your history, your preferences, your vulnerabilities, and it adapts the environment accordingly. The oxygen levels in casinos are carefully controlled. The lighting is engineered to specific frequencies. Even the carpet patterns are designed to eliminate spatial orientation. You cannot easily judge distances or directions. Everything keeps you moving deeper into the system. Every single element is calculated. Nothing is random. Nothing is accidental. Casinos are not in the entertainment business. They are in the behavior modification business. And slot machines are not games of chance. They are instruments of psychological architecture. And now you know. The question is not whether you can win. The question is whether you can see the system clearly enough to walk away. Because once you see it, You cannot unsee it.